Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Alex Cobb here saying never trust a Sunday pump, but I don't know, man. I think I'm going to trust this one and get hurt again. Well, what he's referring to is the fact that XRP has been moving up. And guys, this is XRP on the hourly. As you guys can see, over the wee hours of the morning on Sunday, we did see XRP pump a little bit. Okay, and then, I was even apprehensive when I did see the reversal, because we did in fact see XRP come back down here, but guys, now it is looking a little better. Check out that volume. This is the 15-minute chart, and XRP did come down with very high selling volume here. But guys, it's looking as though it is rebounding. I guess on the very, very, very short time frame, we do have to get up above that 0.702 and make a commitment to stay above the 0.702 if we can, in fact, see this rally continue with its momentum on the on the shorter time frame. On the daily, we have the XRP chart still fairly stable. We'll call it stable, but people are people in the XRP community looking at this 1 hour chart, seeing that there could in fact be some sustained momentum. Even King Karen here saying, since no one trusts this Sunday XRP pump, I'll be the only one trusting it then. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens for XRP. I mean, it is kind of out of the blue. When you compare it to what's happening with Bitcoin in the moment, Bitcoin is very, very flat right now after Friday's decline down in and around $107,000 per coin. We did see it come back up a little bit, but it's just been flat over the entire weekend pretty much. So there's not too much happening on the Bitcoin chart at the moment. We've got one Bitcoin trading for $108,200, of course, $110,000. So this is the first level of resistance that we have to break through. But ultimately, guys, it's going to be the all-time high, $112,000. Those are the two main levels that we really do need to focus on. And I mean, we're getting there, guys, slowly but surely. The summer has just begun. It is July the 6th. Crypto Bitlord also commenting, strangely, I'm seeing rising XRP FUD coming from BTC extremists this week. Imagine if your bank was using XRP and you're trash talking it. It's all fun and games until we get on the NASDAQ. So even Crypto Bitlord here talking about XRP in terms of real world utility. And I keep saying for my Patreon subscribers, I'm going to be looking at the bigger picture. I'm going to be looking at real world utility. I'm going to be looking at the spec market. And the question is really going to be, are we going to be able to differentiate the two? And so, if we see, like here, let's bring up the XRP chart again. If we see this kind of movement for XRP in a large capacity, like this is not a large capacity, we're seeing a little bit of movement for XRP right now. But if we start to see this kind of thing and XRP start going to the moon while Bitcoin stays relatively flat, I think that could be a good indication that we are maybe seeing some real world utility, but that's not going to be the only factor. For more information, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. That's where I'm giving my insight on, this particular crypto market, when I'm going to be cashing out my crypto targets, all that fun stuff. So you guys can check it out there. Link is on the screen. We've got the crypto market here still firmly in neutral. So, despite what's going on, we're still in the middle, nowhere near any kind of excitement, nor are we really seeing any kind of fear. The market cap is up by just a little bit. Same with the CMC 100. Altcoin season staying put. We've got green on the charts today, but not by much. XRP is the biggest performer in the top 10 at the moment. But mostly green, but single percentage points. We're not seeing a lot on the board here. I know, a lot of people have been wondering what is going to happen this I guess, should we ask this month, July 2025? Historically, guys, crypto has done very well in July, the July month of bull market years. So we're still waiting to see some kind of really exuberant movement. Again, it is still only the beginning of the month. I happen to see this from MacAttack XRP. ChatGPT has set its XRP price for July the 31st, 2025. Now, remember, if crypto does rally in July, it will likely be Bitcoin first. So don't get your hopes up that this is going to be a great price prediction. ChatGPT, though, has projected that XRP could reach $2, a whopping $2.50 by July the 31st, representing an approximate 12.6% increase from its current price of about $2.22, so $2.22, which is already up 1.34% in the past 24 hours. Well, guys, this is clearly old news now, as we have seen XRP rally to roughly $2.27, $2.28 per coin. give or take. So maybe there's something to be said about this. The forecast comes at a time when Ripple has taken a groundbreaking step towards transforming its role in the U.S. financial sector by applying for an official banking license. And if you guys didn't catch the video I did on that, I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. In response to a query on XRP's short-term outlook, ChatGPT stated, given the current trajectory of XRP at 222 and the added positive sentiment from Ripple's regulatory advancements, XRP could climb approximately 12.6%. And, as a percentage, that's actually not that bad, to $2.50. I know we're expecting a lot bigger gains than that, but guys, this is just the month of July, and that's ChatGPT's prediction. The prediction reflects not only the asset's market performance, but also the potential market reaction to Ripple's new regulatory initiative. So, I don't know what they're basing this on, what ChatGPT is looking at here, but the real world activity, the real world developments is what's ultimately going to get XRP price up to higher highs. And this pump, I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, why we're seeing XRP pump and why the rest of the crypto space is not really moving. But I'll take it all day long. But in the past, like Alex Cobb says, Alex Cobb, by the way, was one of the first YouTubers that I started watching back in the day, back in 2017 and 2018, when I really got into cryptocurrency before I even started my channel. And, he's one of those guys that, he knows when you see a Sunday pump not to trust it. It's happened. It's burned us all time and time again over the years. Anyway, I guess we just got to keep our eye on things and see how it all plays out. I wanted to thank MacAttack XRP, Crypto Bitlord, King Karan, and Alex Cobb for posting that. Ali Charts here also, just commenting real quickly on the breakout. And let's talk about where XRP really does have to get up above $2.60, says Ali Charts. One more time here on the XRP chart. Let me just take a look. Taking the daily, $2.60 would be right in, well, that's $2.66. If we get to 60, it was pretty much in and around that level. So if I throw that on the hourly, sure, let's throw it on the hourly for a second and just kind of take a look, just kind of isolate tops of wicks and somewhere in and around here, bottoms of tails. But as a zone, I'm never one to talk about these zones in terms of, here, let me change that color there. Don't like that. Let's make it a little more yellow. I don't like to talk about these prices or these targets in terms of absolute price points. I like to give it a zone because sometimes sometimes we'll trade in the zone, pass up above it, wick up, back in it. And as long as we stay in that zone, so anywhere between 250, I say, and of course we have to break up above 265. That is the top of the zone. So getting up above that point there, clearly the next level of resistance. And then if we throw this back on the daily, what can we glean from that? Next level up here to roughly the top of the range would be $3.02. And then, of course, guys, all-time high, we have to break up above $3.40 for one XRP. Ali Charts, though, is saying $2.60, so right in line here with what we're seeing in this zone here. I think ultimately, though, with conviction up above $2.66 for that next level. But XRP is on that trajectory upward. You guys can see here, again, this is the daily chart. And next level to get up above $2.34, give or take. So going to keep our eye on that. The House Chair just said Bitcoin and the crypto market structure bills are happening in 2 weeks. Maybe this is what's going to get the prices up.
In the middle of making crypto policy for the United States of America, you have an upcoming crypto week. Tell us about that.
Well, right now, digital assets, cryptocurrency, and everything related to using financial payments on a blockchain is basically not regulated, not clear to consumers, investors, entrepreneurs how to use it, how to avoid federal prosecution. So in 2 weeks, we'll bring to the House floor the Clarity Act, which gives the rules of the road of how to invest in digital assets, how to trade them, how you can be a broker, and the market framework for digital assets. And we'll also bring to the House floor dollar-backed payment stablecoins, which we believe those two things will advance America's power around the world in financial services.
So a lot is coming down the pike very, very fast. Trillions of dollars incoming, says Vivek here on Twitter. So the House pushes these bills through with clarity and pro-innovation language. Bitcoin and major altcoins could see immediate upside. Institutions love regulatory certainty. Stablecoins and the framework and anti-CBDC signals are bullish for capital inflows and TradFi adoption. But expect heavy volatility as traders front-run headlines. Okay, profit taking is common on big news events, and any political surprises could spark sharp reversals. Social feeds are buzzing with cautious optimism, yet lingering disappointment on staking and minting. Tax silence could curb euphoria. This is part of the FOMO phase, though. I mean, we need this in order to get prices up big. We need the volatility. We need people to FOMO in. So to Alva's point here, which is an app here, I think it's some sort of AI app that kind of generates some text here. I think we need this. The narrative of a bullish crypto week, I think, in the United States, though, is ultimately a good thing. So I wanted to thank Vivek there for pointing that out. Nick Crypto Crusader also commenting on this with regards to just some fundamentals about the market. It's crazy to believe, but the inflow of retail back in November to January is already gone. They will soon FOMO back in, but the inflow will be significantly larger. The next move around the market is going to be absolutely insane. The S&P is continuing to rally, and I believe 6,900 plus is next. Crypto will follow, but this is at a time where Ethereum short positions are at the largest levels in history. Here are 10 reasons to be extremely bullish right now. So the 10 reasons: stocks continuing to rally to even higher prices and seeing price discovery. Crypto legislation accelerating. We got the crypto week, as I just mentioned. Ethereum transactions nearly at the 2021 all-time highs. Ethereum accumulation levels hitting all-time highs. Ethereum to Bitcoin macro chart mirroring 2021 breakouts. So looking at some other fundamentals here. Ethereum short squeeze brewing silently. We are heading into phase 2 of alt season. SEC chair just announced on mainstream media that they are bullish on tokenization and want to fully support the market of tokenized real-world assets. Altcoin ETF approvals odds are continuing to push higher, between 90 and 95% to be approved by the end of the year. Retail interest around crypto has plummeted and sentiment has been completely eviscerated since January. And I guess this is a good sign for certain reasons. This will lead to FOMO and euphoria flooding this market over the coming weeks and months when they do start to see prices rise again. Luckily for us, guys, we're already locked in, ready to sell our crypto. We're not going to be buying, right? We're not going to be buying during these pumps. We're going to be selling during these pumps. This market is about to show everyone why it pays literally to be patient and remain focused on what's happening outside of just price action. So a great little Twitter update here, I guess, from Nick Crypto Crusader, just to kind of put a point on it. This is what we need in order for crypto prices to go even higher. Mac Attack XRP commenting on Lingto and how even if you guys feel like you got screwed by buying Ripple shares, there could be a silver lining here. Now, John Deaton did step in to soothe the increasing panic among Lingto investors. I've done some updates on this, and more information is coming out, guys. The case was handled by John Deaton, okay? The Wall Street Journal raised an issue of the U.S. Department of Justice, or the DOJ, investigating Lingto. For better clarity, though, Deaton did disclose that he has had direct interactions with the founder, the top management, the board of directors, and social media influencers relating to the platform. These revelations saw mixed feedback. On the one hand, some previous employees and influencers didn't admit to having been aware of the malpractice. Meanwhile, some revealed that insiders already knew about the fishy practices at play. They even cited the founders of Lingto, Bill and Vicky Saris, as being responsible and accused them of fraud. Down here it says Deaton assured that the base assets of customers were safe, so he reported that investments in such pre-IPO companies like Ripple and Kraken are yet to be lost, so maybe that will offer a glimmer of hope. Brad Garlinghouse did also comment on the Lingto situation. I'm sure if you guys have been watching my videos last week, you probably saw that. We still don't have any more solid information, but you know, I mean, I guess you live, you learn in some cases. I was never one of those influencers that was even approached by Lingto, to be honest. So I was never one to be shilling their product. But I can imagine how it would be hurtful and you know, almost kind of deceiving in a way. You know, we feel like a community here. We feel like almost like a family, the XRP community. And so to get screwed by one of your own, it doesn't feel good. But John Deaton, rest assured, John Deaton is on it. And guys, I'm going to let you guys know of any other updates that I hear about this situation. This is the other thing that isn't new news, but I thought I would bring to maybe some of the newer people in the XRP community who weren't privy to this. Mac Attack XRP posting this, guys. Ripple CTO claims Bitcoin founder stockpiled XRP. Yeah, XRP. This is interesting because David Schwartz was deposed for the SEC Ripple court session back in 2023. And I remember talking about this back then. But then the court stirred up some new speculation about the true identity of the Bitcoin creator. Ripple CTO David Schwartz, though, who some have long speculated to be behind the pseudonym of Satoshi Nakamoto, made a comment during that session that now draws renewed attention. The transcript was posted on X back then. And guys, here's what it said, essentially, including a surprising remark from David Schwartz himself. Satoshi, the original creator, probably held an enormous amount of XRP at that time. This is referred to the year of 2017. Though unrelated to the question he was asked, the statement has caused the eye of many cryptocurrency observers. David Schwartz's remark came in response to a court inquiry of whether Bitcoin offered anything similar to Ripple's system. While his answer didn't directly address the question, it introduced a narrative suggesting that Satoshi Nakamoto may have held XRP, Ripple's native token. Things that make you go, Now, the interesting thing about this is Satoshi Nakamoto was probably very aware of XRP, considering XRP was created technically before Bitcoin. This was published back in 2019. The total supply created of XRP was 100 billion. This gives you guys just some history. And if you didn't catch the video I did on the Rothschilds family, specifically connected to Ripple and XRP, I'm going to link that video up there. That's gotten a lot of traction. Connecting Ryan Fugger, the original creator. This is when it was called Ripple Pay. I want to bring your attention down here. In 2004, Canadian engineer Ryan Fugger created a credit network called Ripple Pay. To this day, www.ripplepay.com is still online, and it states the next version of the Ripple service is being developed at ripple.com. It uses the principles of ripplepay.com to create financial services that provide secure payment options to members of an online community via a global payment network through the use of traditional currencies and virtual currencies. Although the original version worked differently, it was an impressive innovation at the time. Therefore, Chris Larson, Jed McCaleb, and Arthur Brito, who were all running separate Silicon Valley startups at the time, decided to join forces and meet with Fugger to discuss taking over Ripple Pay. This is when OpenCoin was founded. So Ryan Fugger, perhaps, or rather it is stated here that he was the very first brain behind the Ripple payment system, the XRP token. Of course, they took it from there, these guys, and developed it even further. So, guys, this was back in 2004, again, before cryptocurrencies were very prominent. OpenCoin was then created. Then we have the Satoshi Nakamoto situation. So Satoshi holding XRP, really not a surprise to me, and clearly not a surprise to David Schwartz as well. He was just speculating, though. There is no confirmation on this. Guys, if Satoshi Nakamoto, the main character in cryptocurrency, was holding XRP, doesn't this make you think something? XRP is the chosen one? All the partnerships are lining up. Everything is looking to be setting up quite nicely, but that's just my opinion. And for more opinions on where I think this market's going to go, where I think XRP is going to go, quite frankly, because the lion's share of my crypto portfolio is in XRP. So my targets are going to be chosen very, very carefully. You can find me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. The Working Money Channel merch store is also up if you guys feel like maybe supporting the channel in a different way. Every little bit counts, guys, and I've been getting a lot of great reactions, great responses from the merch. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.